Good day everyone, it's Falkarian here. How is everyone doing today? I think we can all agree that the world of Dark Souls is a mess, and a mess caused by the fear of people who wanted to stay in control. But no one can stay in control, no matter how much they cling to power, the ultimate seductress, power. Now the immortal humans made mortal by Gwyn are no longer dying, and the fire is fading, and no one is around to clean up the mess that has been made of the world. So it's time for a reaping to occur, and the world to fade into darkness. So can you beat Dark Souls as the Grim Reaper? Let's find out. But first the rules for the run. Rule number 1. I cannot use Estus to heal, as I am not an undead, I am the Grim Reaper, so all healing has to be done with humanities. Since I cannot heal and kindling a bonfire is of no use for me, I must stay hollow. Number 3, I can only use Scythe weapons. Number 4, all bosses must be killed. And number 5, I cannot use any summons. So let's get into the run. I create my pale skinny character and call him Grim, and choose the Thief as my starting class as it has the dexterity requirement to use the Great Scythe, and has the Master Key so I can use the Black Fire Bombs as my starting gift. Grim awakes locked away in the undead asylum with no weapon and no clothes. How strange it is to have ended up here. A stranger drops me the key to my cell and I escape. A demon tries to stop me from leaving the asylum, but the firepower of my fire bombs was too much for him. I tried to do the quit out trick to keep the asylum demon alive, but I am the worst Dark Souls player on earth, and I died to the asylum demon. We tried it, but still, all of shame, here I come. And off to Lordran we go to collect all the lords that ran away from their problems. I level strength and collect all the items around Firelink Shrine I can find, and it was time to go get my weapon, the Great Scythe. As I have only ever played this game once before, I was disillusioned that going down to the catacombs quickly to collect the scythe would be quick and easy. It was not. After 30 minutes of getting footage for my death montage, I finally have my first weapon of the run, the Great Scythe. It requires 14 strength and 14 dexterity to wield one-handed, or 14 dexterity and 10 strength to two-hand. And now we can finally begin. It just took an hour of running around and getting reaped instead of reaping. I make my way down to the dusty ruins of Anor Londo. Can someone please open a window or something down here? And open the shortcut to the Valley of Drakes. I accidentally piss off an undead dragon and get pushed off the ledge by a drake. This is going excellently. I'm sure I'm not going to die over and over again. I make my way to Andre, pop all the souls I have on me and upgrade my weapon to +2. I cut down this Berenic Knight for the only guaranteed Titanite shard drop in the entire game, and farm the enemies around Undead Parish until I have enough souls to upgrade my scythe to +5. I make my way back to Firelink Shrine and make my way up to Undead Berg. I collect the gold pine resin and went to the Taurus demon. I killed the archers on top of the tower and buffed my weapon with gold pine resin and plunged onto the Taurus demon. I did not need the gold pine resin. One plunge attack and 2 normal attacks later, the Taurus demon is sent to the afterlife, proving that being stubborn will not help you avoid certain death. After the enlightening fight with the Taurus demon, I unlocked the door to the lower Undead Berg with the basement key I picked up earlier, and unlocked the shortcut back to lower Undead Berg. I crossed the Hellkite bridge as the Hellkite decided to breathe fire down from the sky. I kicked down the ladder and started my farming. These rats have a 5% drop rate for humanities, and since I cannot heal with Estus, I'm going to need to farm a lot of rats in this game. Lucky for me, while I am farming, I can use the Hellkite for easy souls, which allows me to skill max my dexterity. After having a good supply of humanities, I make my way back to Undead Parish, but this armored boar didn't want the Bloodborne treatment today and didn't want me to fist him. The hallways of Hollow Horrors was a pain in my ass as usual, but the channeler died with a few hollows. That was satisfying, but then this basic hollow showed me that he was the one and killed me. I got my revenge though. I freed Isaac Newton's #1 hater for later, and it was time for me to ring the first bell of awakening. Maybe I should call it the first bell of unawakening since I'm here to kill everyone. The first gargoyle falls very quickly, and then the second gargoyle reminds me how much I hate lock-on and rolling in Dark Souls 1. I wanted to roll backwards, but no! Into the fire is fine. This is fine. Die! I am the Grim Reaper. I will not be made a fool of with the first actual boss of this game. So anyway, I rang the bell of awakening. These gargoyles weren't able to stop me, so they can just gargle on these. So anyways, with the first bell rung, I didn't want to face Quailag with a +5 weapon, and first wanted to upgrade my weapon a bit first. Langer Undeadburg was fun. You know things are going to go your way when you try to do the cool stuff you see other creators do, and either due to bad luck or just being terrible at this game, you just die. But hey, Mama didn't raise no quitter, and I had me some flame-grilled dog right after. I opened the sewer shortcut back to Firelink because me and Capra don't understand each other the best. And then I just get reminded again that this game has a personal vendetta against me. I practiced beforehand to make sure I have the inputs down to do a kick attack, and yeah, no, thank you Dark Souls. So anyway, after dying to Loudtrack almost twice, another dastardly soul gets reaped. No gravity kill this time, unfortunately. And for the third attempt at me trying to do the cool things I see other Souls creators do, I tried to do the Capra fight while staying at the fork wall to not aggro the second dog, since we all know the dogs are the real problem in this fight. It didn't go my way. I did manage to make it work after 5 attempts, and while I do think it's easier this way, maybe just not with this weapon, or I'm just trash at this game. Yeah, no, probably just a skill issue. This goat bleated for the last time and got demonetized for his false melody. With now having the key to the depths, I can get the large ember. Just like me when I'm busy in the kitchen and someone tries to tell me what to do, the butcher attacks me. And honestly, justified, there's an entire mess hall of people waiting for food and I'm interrupting. The sous chef tries to attack me for killing his boss, but I decide to rather run away than to have to deal with this, and for my cowardice, a meat dumpling from hell makes me the meat inside of him. I come back and kill the sous chef as well, because I will not be part of the menu today, thank you, and he gives me his sack. I didn't ask for this, but thank you. Remy didn't seem happy that I killed his chef, but I just ignored him. Another channeler tried to attack me, but he just channeled his inner Kenny and died. The gaping dragon tried to show me his yawning opening, and tried to show me how effective it is by trying to forcefully give me head. Unfortunately, he was in for a shocking surprise. Gaping Dragon is not the hardest boss, but his charge hits like a truck and for some reason I will never learn to not lock on, and my own greed cost 2 deaths. On the third try, this overgrown alligator gets flushed down back to the sewers. With now having the large ember, I can make my way back to Andre, and with the 3 large titanites I have, I upgrade my weapon to +7. I also buy the weaponsmith box. I return to Firelink Shrine. I tried the speedrun way down from the back entrance of Blighttown, but my first attempt did not go so well. And on my second attempt I made it down, but I still got lost. But hey, the important thing is I made it down. I farmed the leeches down here for large titanite shards to be able to upgrade my weapon. I could have fully upgraded my weapon to +10, but the drop rate for large titanite from the leeches are 3%, and not being able to heal through the poison does make this farming rather more difficult than needed, so I upgraded my weapon to +9 and decided it was time for Quailag. The Chaos Witch Spider Mommy was so excited to see me she jumped on me, and after hitting her with my scythe a few times, she explodes. She couldn't take the heat from my relentless beating and soon succumbed to the chaos. I ring the second bell and the way to Sense Fortress opens. But first I decide to go chat up Quailag's sister. Her simp tries to stop me, but he moved out of the way when he saw my big stick. She was stunned speechless to see me. I made my way to Scythes and finally got my clothes back. He didn't seem happy that I took my property and wanted to attack me, but he couldn't hold on to his anger and Scythes ceased to be. And now I am finally the Grim Reaper again. I make my way out of Blighttown and decided to clean up Moonlight Butterfly before making my way to Sen's Fortress. I cannot believe it's not Butterfly made me actually work for this skill. Like, just land so I can kill you, honestly. You are a bug I need to squash. Thank you. He just wanted to do his Moonbeam Ice Cream attack, but eventually I was able to boon his head in. Sen's Fortress. On my first playthrough, I couldn't understand why people hated this place so much. It was like such a chill experience. Yeah, can somebody please go back in time and kill him? Sen's Fortress with 10 Estes. Sure, very doable. Sen's Fortress of only being able to heal with humanity. Yeah, less doable. The snakes killed me. The swinging pendulums killed me. Gravity killed me the most. And the boulder also had to get a kill in. And this one, right before the second bonfire, physically hurt. But I made it to the bonfire, played with this giant's balls, and it was time to face the Iron Golem. I wish there was something I could say about this fight, but I slapped some lightning on my weapon and killed the Iron Golem hitless on my first attempt, while his cock just stood there and watched it happen. I guess the Golem has some performance issues that needs to be ironed out. Is killing the Iron Golem hitless considered something to brag about still? Probably not, but I'll take it when I can. I get kidnapped by some demons and get dropped off at Anor Londo. Anor Londo has never been kind to me, and this time was no different. I ran away from the first gargoyle, took to the rafters, and forgot I remapped my jump button and rolled to my death. These painting guardians were so shocked they followed me. After making it on my next try, the other gargoyle decided to kill me for making a "these nuts" joke about his siblings. I then tried to take out my frustrations on his brother and got killed again. I got my revenge on both of them. Suck on that, bitches. Oh sorry, your siblings already dead. I light the Dark Moon Tomb bonfire. And again I tried to do things other people have done in this game. But no, this archer refuses to fall off. Fine, I will kill you the normal way. Ornstein and Smough, or as I like to call them, the notorious BIG. They are usually a headache for me. Mostly because I don't really know how to fully avoid all their attacks, and for some reason they did not want to separate. Of course, killing Ornstein first is my go-to plan, and on my first attempt at being able to kill Ornstein, Smough decided to backshot me with his massive hammer, and on the second try I have no idea what was attacking me, but something was attacking me and it was not Smough. However, they both fall eventually, and Executioner Smough gets a taste of his own medicine as I show him that I am the true executioner of these lands. With the souls I get from this fight and the poppable soul I get from them, I was able to bring my dexterity to the soft cap, and now I can begin health maxing. This lady gave me the Lord Vessel and showed me how effective lux maxing can be. I mean, look at them, they are taking up the maximum amount of screen that I can. Fram showed me that he is the primordial throat goat and swallowed me down to his abyss to place the Lord Vessel. Being thoroughly impressed with his skills, I asked him to do me again after I placed the Lord Vessel. Before taking on the Lord Souls, I decide to clean up some bosses first. Starting back at the beginning. I curl up into a ball to wallow in the despair I feel thinking of all the bosses I still have to kill, and the Scrow mistakes me for her child. She didn't like me and threw me away. Stray Demon put up a bit of a fight, not going to lie. Like, he killed me 3 times with his annoying explosion attack. But he is however a very easy boss and very weak to bleed. Hugging his rear like I belong there and running away from his inevitable explosions, and eventually Stray Demon straight too far. I collect the peculiar doll, and this guy starts attacking me, who oddly enough reminds me of a sour citrus. Strange. Anyways, I two-shot him, but unfortunately this isn't Dark Souls 2, so it doesn't count. I make my way back to Anor Londo and enter the painted world of Ariamis. These hollows decide to gangbang me to death. After that, I decide I wasn't really in the mood for the rest of this level and decided to rather take out the undead dragon. Not that he is difficult to attack. I jump his rear and that seemed to make him very happy and he let me pass to Priscilla. Priscilla did not like the fact that I was peeping on her feet. She turned invisible, but joke's on her, I can still see her feet in the snow. She did not like that either and killed me. I put Priscilla down on the second attempt and showed her what happens when you cross me, you breed your own death. I did also craft a life hunt scythe after killing Priscilla. I have never used the life hunt scythe, but I am not the biggest fan. The 50% blood loss only applies to regular enemies, and it only does 15% bleed loss to bosses. It does less damage, cannot be buffed with resins or spells, and it needs to be upgraded with Demon Titanite. Yeah, no, I'll stick with the regular scythe, thank you. Seeing as the life hunt scythe proved to be more trouble than it is worth, I decided to make my way to New Londo ruins to get the very large ember to fully upgrade my weapon. I slowly and meticulously made my way through New Londo, making sure to send all the escaped souls back to the underworld. Sorry ladies, for some reason it always has to be women ghosts. I meet up with the Crimson Crusader who gives me the key to the seal. I break the protective force field and drain the water. I make my way to the lower parts of New Londo and this imposter kills me with a sword. I'm sorry, I'm the Grim Reaper. I have the flowing black cloak, the scythe, the bony skeleton, die! After dealing with the imposters, I grab the very large ember. I upgrade my weapon to plus 12 using the 2 Titanite chunks I got from the Dark Graves in New Londo. I make my way to the Great Hollow looking for Titanite chunks. However, I have never been down here and let's just say there wasn't much room for mistakes to be made. After that I make my way back to Undead Parish to kill the Black Knight, as well as the Black Knight and Undead Burg, and make my way to the Dark Root Basin bonfire for an easier way to get to New Londo so I can farm the imposter raves for chunks. And with that I have a fully leveled weapon. The Hydra wanted to give me hydrating tips, but I instead learned him this new thing called hydrating, and it only took 5 hits. I saved Dusk to make DLC access easier for later. I take the back entrance to Darkroot Garden, as I was not spending 20,000 souls to open the shortcut door. The gardeners were not best pleased that I am running around their garden, but I make friendly with their cat overlord that escaped from Wonderland, and they decide to leave me alone. Scythe started to grate on me as Scythe just wanted to jump around, and someone told Scythe how to spin, and I got a great sword spun right into me. On the second try, Scythe gets shown to the grave. Unfortunately, I learn Guinevere is an illusion, and her 2 golden sons are fake. I deflate the illusion and the world turns dark as sadness fills the land. Gwendolyn is upset with me for turning the world dark and showing everyone that Anor Londo has been fooling everyone with how full the upper deck is and that the rack is no longer real. For some reason, I wasn't able to smack Gwendolyn as he just kept running before I could hit him with my stick. And for the harassment, he hit me with his massive spear. But in the end, it only took 4 hits to show Gwendolyn the dark side of the moon. I killed the blue crystal golem for the broken pendant, and while I'm here, I might as well kill Scythe. I make my way to Scythe, remove all my armor to ensure I die quicker as not to get cursed, and then I got cursed. This game really hates me, doesn't it? I killed the snake man that might as well have just given me the key for the amount of fight he put up. His friends started playing the loudest music on earth, and the blue octopuses, squids, whatever creatures, started going crazy. Not that I blame them, because why is this the worst noise I've ever heard? I put them all out of their misery and turn down whatever this noise is people call music these days. I climb up the ladder, and before I could make it to the bonfire, this crystal dude pulls off a Hawkeye and snipes me. Thanks for that. Next try I make it to the bonfire and get the hell out of the Duke's archives so I can cure the curse. After getting a purging stone from the undead female merchant, I make my way back to the Duke's archive to play with the staircases, imagining I'm in Hogwarts, and open the bookcase shortcut. I wish there was a lot I could say about Scythe, but I mostly couldn't see what was going on, and I was just busy attacking his tail until he died. Honestly, this fight probably would have gone better for Scythe if he left the blue crystals for Walter White. I decided it's time to settle a score with my old nemesis, the 4 Kings. Their imposter stealers of souls are running around giving a bad name to Reapers, so it's time we settle this. With a fiery vengeance, I braved the dark abyss that they call their home. One for one, they tried to attack me, they tried to steal my soul, but in the end, the true Reaper wins, and these four kings couldn't claw their way to another victory. The catacombs are a treat as always. You know, it's not all that bad, but not knowing where everything is in the catacombs is a real problem. Since as my luck would have it, none of the first four necromancers dropped the skull lamp, and I had to run around trying to find the last one, which I luckily did. Pinwheel is a boss fight that happened. I can never pin down what I intended for this fight, but it's just too easy to steamroll this boss. If the Tomb of Giants have no haters, I am dead. Why are there creepy skeletons on four legs down here? And why can I only see their eyes? No thank you, I'll pass. Again, I wish there is a lot I could say about the Nito fight, but all the Lord Souls are somehow the easiest fights so far. Maybe I am overleveled. Oh well, we had the neat old time as I showed Nito to his grave and that I am the Lord of Death. I go back to Quailag's fair sister and give her all my soft humanities to be able to open the shortcut to Lost Isolith. Not that I used it, I just didn't want to lose so much soft humanity. I make my way down the demon ruins, following the intended path now that Scythes has stopped discharging all over the place while looking at his sister's clothing, weirdo, and roll down to the bonfire. The second reskin of the asylum demon, called burning sage incense, would help him scare off the Reaper. But joke's on him, I like my demon loins stuffed with sage. Centipede Demon Blade, you can't touch me for too long with me before I was able to attack him. And for his effort, I cut off one of his legs for the orange charred ring, making him the Decipede Demon, and soon after he descends into the afterlife. Lost Isolith, apparently the most unfinished area in the game. But I don't see it, there's just a lot of dragon booty everywhere, so maybe the Witch of Isolith was kinky and liked being surrounded by ass. I'm not kink shaming anyone. I get the hidden bonfire and make my way to the Bed of Chaos. But before the Bed of Chaos, I see someone stole my look and tried to Cruella my dress, but I was faster and killed her. The Bed of Chaos. What can I say about this mayhem of a fight that has wrought havoc on people since this game has been released? I of course used the quit out strategy after destroying the first orb. The sentient tree was not happy that I did that and denied me an easy victory twice. I was able to destroy the second orb, quit out, and was able to fall down to the roots on my first try. I reaped the soul of this tree-hugging bug and bring an end to this bedlam. And now it's time for the DLC. A hand reaches through the void and fists me right into a dark hole. I am immediately brought face to face with the Sanctuary Guardian. This manticore was being a bit of a manticore and didn't want me to attack him and instead decided to stunlock me. And my weapon decided it wanted to be at risk, so the Sanctuary Guardian scored his first death on me. On my next attempt, I leave him to be Mantisaur. Elizabeth wanted to be chatty, but I was in no mood, so I just left and entered the Royal Woods. The gardeners in the woods wanted to snip my wood as well, but I didn't want to be circumcised. I ran away from the crazed maniacs until I reached an actual crazed maniac, Artorias, the original input reading boss. Not that it's the most egregious, but healing with her humanity takes almost twice as long as compared to healing with Estes, a fact which Artorias loved reminding me of. This was a very messy fight, and the winning attempt started off with me taking a lot of hits, but Artorias is no match for me, and I showed him the art of death and gave him a sweet night's rest. I really tried. I tried to do Ulasil Township the correct and normal way. I was making my way through, killing all the enemies in the area, doing my due diligence, and then I got stagger-locked to death. Fine, I have the power of anime and God on my side, and by that I mean I'm not above meme rolling. I got my revenge and used the Lloyd's talisman on this mimic to get the crest key. I meet up with Hawkeye and the absolute chad that he is impales Calamite. Calamite was pissed about that and proceeded to run me over and turn me into a Carolina Reaper. Calamite gave me a lot of trouble. He is very difficult to hit with the Scythe. Well, maybe because I only wanted to use the heavy attack of the Scythe, but Calamite was very grab happy and he killed me around 6 or 7 times. Luckily, the fight didn't drag on for too long and Calamite met a calamitous end and was sent to a dark afterlife. I make my way to the worst hallway in this game, but I was dodging and weaving for all of them like I'm an expert, and then the chained prisoner showed me I am indeed not an expert and shoved me off of the elevator. This game loves humbling me every chance it gets. Fine, I didn't want to kill you, but I will. Manus, father of the Abyss, then also decided to humble me very quickly, multiple times in a row. The DLC bosses does not like it when you try to heal with humanities. Regardless of my skill issues, I to this day have no idea how to avoid his multi-hit combo. Manus is the first boss I really struggled with. There's just something about his moveset that just completely throws me off. Granted, I've only ever fought him once before and that was about a year ago, so I cannot remember his moveset, but I struggled a lot, and he killed me a lot. Even the winning attempt was not the cleanest of fights. I just found I could heal after he did his jump attack, and I ate a lot of hits. But Manus found his match and I sent him even further into the abyss. Oh hi Dusk. Oh shit, sorry Dusk. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. And now only Gwyn remains. Grim has reaped all the soul in the lands between, found all the lords that ran away from their problems. All of them, one and or another, met their end. Now it's time to bring an end to this. I place all the Lord souls in the Lord vessel and open the kiln of the first flame. And for some reason, despite the fact that I have not parried a single enemy in this game, I was determined to parry Gwyn to death. Probably not the best idea to do it the first time while parrying with my fists and not being able to use Estes, but I'm sure it will be fine. Yeah, this is fine. So doing this is probably easier when you know how to parry. But after 4 attempts, I had to run. I missed the jumping parry, but then I got 4 parries right after each other, parrying with my hands only. And then on the last one, he decided to break out of it. Fine, I'll kill you the normal, boring way. And with that, I hinder Gwyn's attempts to save his Age of Fire and bring an end to the cinders of a long-lost world he clung to and let darkness engulf this world. Oh, and of course I had to start a new game to kill the Asylum Demon with a Scythe only. I had to redeem myself. And with that, the run is over. Thank you everyone for watching, hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this video and have stuck around to the end, I appreciate it so much. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.